Blake Seidel and Brady Aldridge out. Puck comes to middle. Chilicki's shot gets blocked, goes into the corner. It looks like one of the Mission players broke their stick. Campbell with it on the far board over to Reynolds. Reynolds to Paulo. Paulo gets it and goes, dumps it in for a change. Nietzsche, Palauskas, and Letcher come out. Mission ice it and goes all the way back down. Oh, Nietzsche comes in to take the draw. Face-off controlled by Letcher. Back to Rybicki. Miller gets it taken away, and Mission goes the other way. 16:04 remaining. Shot on net. Dabrowski pushes it aside over to Miller. Mission can retain control. Letcher pushes his guy out, and Nietzsche puts it behind the net for Miller. Miller up for Palauskas. Bounces off of Mission player over to Letcher. Puck battling on the far board. In feet, Mission comes out with it and back into the zone. Cross ice pass and a little chip forward. Palauskas takes a hit. Puck goes behind the net. Into the corner. Rybicki. Palauskas. Good save by Dabrowski. Centering pass gets a shot on. Letcher steps in front of a pass and gets it to Palauskas. Letcher goes for a change, and Kushkowski comes out with Credidio. Puck on the board. Kushkowski takes it. It's blown dead. We'll get a face-off here in the neutral zone. So again, I'm going to apologize. I don't know how well this is going to stream. We're on the cellular network instead of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi wouldn't let me stream. Onak now pushes it forward for Credidio. Credidio crossed to Kush, gets a stick on it. Carter in a foot race is going to get there first. Puck over to Kushkowski in the corner. Battling on the sideboard. Puck comes through. Carter gets a hold of it and puts it back in the neutral zone. Chipped forward for Credidio. Credito's offside, so we're going to wait for the puck to come out. Mission's got a guy wide. Shot and save by Dabrowski. No rebound. We'll get a line change. 14:36 remaining in the first. Kruger, Bergeron, Brown, Campbell, and Rybicki come out. Kruger wins that faceoff over to Rybicki. Rybicki and Kruger battle for it in the corner. Tries to get it up to Reynolds, who came on for Berge. Reynolds tries to step through. Guy still has it. Pass back to Brown. Brown shot blocked away. Puck kept by Reynolds. Reynolds' shot is blocked and over to the far board. Kruger goes to help. Mission put out of the zone, and Fury regroup. Campbell carrying it through. Mission knock it away and chip it forward. Rybicki gets there first. Oh, puck through Rybicki's feet. Shot on Nolan is saved. Brown working the puck next to Nolan. Nolan finally gets it covered. So Dabrowski covers it. And we're going to change D. Bergeron, Brown, and Kruger stay out. Puck controlled by Mission. Mission gets a shot on. It's blocked. Miller gets to it first through the neutral zone. Miller brings it in. Backhand shot up high. Puck bounces to Brown. Brown tries to get it in deep. Mission in the corner. Off of the sideboard over to Brown. Brown shot bounces off a couple of guys over to Kruger. Kruger tries to center. Goes to Brown. Brown shoots. It gets blocked in the stomach of a Mission player. Over to the corner. Puck is along the boards. Bergeron helping out. Mission chip it across. And Kruger comes in hard on the forecheck. Bergeron does a good job to get in the way. Puck comes back to Przgintis and he dumps it in and we get a change. Przgintis and Miller at D. Here comes Chalicki on the full check. Puck bounces off of Miller sticking into the zone. Paulo and Reynolds are out with Chalicki. Reynolds chips one forward. Over to Paulo. Paulo over to Chalicki. Chalicki backhand off the side of the net and behind. Back out to Przgintis and then to Onak. Onak cross for Reynolds. Reynolds gets a stick on it and goes into the zone. Off of the board. Mission brings it back. Looking for space. Paulo knocks the puck away. Gets it to Chalicki. Chalicki to Onak. Onak to Campbell. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds shot tip by Paulo and behind the net. Chalicki tries to get it over to Onak. It's on the side board and Mission looks to bring it through the neutral zone. Puck knocked away. Reynolds chips it forward and Mission try to dump it in deep. Onak gloves it down, gets it out of the zone. Letchers come on. Mission put it in. Nietzsche is on. And Pulauskas has come on. Mission quick shot. Bouncing in front of Browski. And in the net. So just a bouncing shot by Mission. Bounces in front of Dabrowski and in. 11:42 remaining in the period. 1-0 Mission. Nietzsche takes the draw. One back to Mission. Campbell moves that forward. It winds up in Letcher's stick and centering pass. Nietzsche gets tied up and it goes wide. A little sloppy in the middle. Mission winds up with it and chips it down deep. Onak up the near board. Mission gets it off of the board. Centering pass in front, blocked by Letcher. Letcher gets it out for Pulauskas. Pulauskas has one guy. Shot blocked and into the netting. Crew's going to get a chance to change. Kredidio, Kishkowski, Carter come out. Miller and Rybicki at D. Puck drop behind Kishkowski and pushed over to Miller. Kredidio along the boards to Carter. Back down to Kishkowski. Kishkowski and Carter working on the near board. Puck comes loose to Mission. Mission go D to D. Kredidio gets a body on. Carter gets a body on. Mission are able to chip it forward. Kishkowski hard on the back check. Disrupts just enough. Mission had to slow up. They dump it in deep, try to get that puck centered. Bounces off of, pass by Miller bounces off of a player and back in. Miller gets it out. Cross to Carter. Carter, hard shot. Kishkowski's able to glove it down, but then it bounced over to Mission. Mission comes back the other way. Centering pass deflected by Miller. Over to Kredidio. Kredidio trying to pass across, gets deflected. Przgintis comes in to help. Bergeron and Kruger have come out. Przgintis over to Kruger. Kruger is tripped, but no call. Brown and Onak have come out. Przgintis back to Onak. Up for Kruger. Tipped. And Mission gets it through the neutral zone. Big hit by Onak. Bergeron leaves it for Brown. Brown evades a few people, brings it in, over to Kruger. Kruger down in the corner, working with Bergeron across, and the near board. Onak tying his guy up. Brown's looking for the loose puck. Kruger back to help. Puck hits Onak. Brown gets it out over to Kruger. Kruger bringing it in. Puck gets knocked away. Reynolds has come out. Reynolds able to get the puck, circling, looking for a place. Shoots. Brown in front. Loose puck. Mission's able to get there, but good stick by Paulo, and he keeps control. Mission try to pass up. Puck gets deflected. Reynolds over to Campbell. Campbell and Rybicki in at D. Chalicki, Paulo, and Reynolds out for our forward pairing. 8:09 remaining, still 1-0 Mission. Mission regained control. Shot blocked by Chalicki and over to Reynolds. Reynolds is going to dump that in and change. Chalicki stays out for pressure. Miller is out on D. Przgintis is out on D. Nietzsche, nice body, gets the puck away over to Przgintis. Polauskas. Nietzsche, Polauskas, Chalicki are out at forward right now. Mission go back to their D, looking for a shot. Shot in front, deflected, saved Dabrowski, and cleared by Przgintis. Letcher's going to come on. No icing, it doesn't make it to the red line. Mission working the puck over to the far board. Miller evades one. Puck in feet. Nietzsche able to get it over to Letcher. Letcher high to Polauskas, just misses. Mission are able to gain control and go back in. Puck into the corner. Przgintis and Polauskas working together. Polauskas comes out with it. Hard pass intercepted. Mission bring it back in. Mission go for a change. Letcher at the blue line waiting for Onak. Onak brings it in. Mission pops it away. Try to get it out. Letcher's there. Puck does come out. Onak sticks it down and gets it over to Campbell. Campbell up for Kushkowski. Carter, Kushkowski, and Credidio come out. Campbell and Onak at D. Puck off of the board. Carter. Kushkowski, big hit in the middle. Mission still with control. Pass goes over to Credidio. Kushkowski's just over the blue line for an offsides. Good read by Credidio to take that puck away. We'll get a face-off. Credidio, Kushkowski, and Carter square up on the dot against Mission with Onak and Campbell still at D. 6:06 remaining in the first. 1-0 Mission. Mission control the face-off. Bring it through the neutral zone. Dump it into the opposite corner. Onak is there. Pops it over to Credidio. Credidio back behind the net for Campbell. Campbell up to Carter. Carter for Kushkowski gets knocked back in by Mission. Carter brings it out. Kushkowski is going to dump it in. Ooh, muff pass by Mission. Kushkowski brings it in, gets knocked away. Over to Carter. Carter to Kushkowski. Kushkowski. Puck comes out of the zone. Kushkowski just dumps it back in. And forward's going for a change. Puck kicked away by Miller to Rybicki. Rybicki's pass to Miller misses. Mission bring it back in. Kruger and Bergeron are in with Credidio. Puck in front, still loose. Official loses sight and he blows it dead. Brown comes out for Credidio. 5:05 remaining in the first. Still 1-0 Mission. Defensive zone face-off for Kruger. Kruger wins that over to and we're going to do it again. Onak and Brigade and Kruger and Brown remain. Kruger wins that one back. So presents this over to Brown. Brown tries to chip that forward, takes a hit. Puck comes loose. Mission try to bring it in. Onak knocks it away into the neutral zone. Bergeron gives it back to Onak. Onak brings it in, gets a shot, bounces off. Back into the corner, Kruger harassing. Mission. Try to clear it up. That's going to go for icing. And we got an offensive zone face-off, and we're going to change. Chilicki, Paulo, Reynolds come out. Priskintis and Onak remain at D. Face-off, controlled by Fury. Quick shot on, bounces off of the pad and in front. Good opportunity there, but the Mission goalie was able to pad it away. Puck comes into the neutral zone. Onak is there, grabs it, puts it on net. Mission play it behind the net. Paulo able to get in the way. Paulo and Chilicki working. Puck comes over to the corner. Mission try to push that forward. Over to Onak. Onak chips it back. Mission bring it across. Puck below the net. Paulo ties up his guy. Another Mission player helps. Shot blocked. Another shot blocked. Onak. Good D by Onak, blocking that shot. He goes for a change, and we're gonna get a cover and an offensive zone faceoff. Letcher, Pulauskas, Nietzsche come out with Campbell and Rubicki. .322 remaining in the first. Faceoff won by Nietzsche. Pulauskas now over on the side, back up to Rubicki. Ooh, blocked, shot deflected in front, and comes out of the zone. Mission. Carry it into the zone. Pass, shot blocked. Puck knocked away by Dabrowski. Shot goes wide. Pulauskas. Ooh, Pulauskas had Letcher up front, but just a little too far, and it goes for an icing. So Nietzsche, Pulauskas, and Letcher with Rubicki and Campbell. Mission pass misses and goes into the neutral zone. Go D to D. Letcher with some pressure. Nice hit on the defenseman to get a pass up. Mission shot. Ooh, it's a pass. Pass was deflected in front, but goes high and into the corner. Campbell, hard to the opposite board. Mission keeps it in. Rubicki. It's a near board for Letcher. Letcher tries to chip forward for Campbell. Campbell working, and the puck flips up and hits the netting. 2:07 remaining in the first. Changes for both teams. The Krishkowski, Creditio, Carlines at D.
Farm, shouldn't they be out of the zone? It was in the zone when they
Face off comes up to Carter. Carter through the zone. Looking for the pass to Credidio. Gets blocked. Does eventually get it to Credidio. Credidio centering pass. Intercepted by Mission. And into the neutral zone. Carter behind the net. Passes up to Kuszkowski, but Mission gets in the way. Mission dump it back in. Dabrowski slows it down for Porzingis. Porzingis up for Carter. Carter tries to chip to Kuszkowski, and it goes back in. Miller to Credidio, gets in the skates of the linesman and back in. Carter over to Miller. Miller room looking for some space. To Kuszkowski. Kuszkowski cross for Credidio. Credidio shot, blocked aside. Back up to Credidio and deflected by Mission. Mission lose it in their feet. Doesn't quite go out. Credidio shot blocked. Takes a hit for it too. Kuszkowski's shot goes into Reynolds. Pass to Reynolds. Reynolds shot's blocked. Puck goes into a kneecap, I think, and we'll get a change. .3 seconds remaining in the first. Offensive zone faceoff. Reynolds, Chilicki, and Paolo come out. Reynolds is going to take this faceoff. Oh no, Paolo's going to take the faceoff. And wins it back to Campbell. Campbell and Onak are out on D. Reynolds to Paolo. Paolo. It's got Reynolds. Reynolds shot high and wide, hits the netting. And we'll get a stoppage. .4 seconds remaining. Face off, one to the near board. Onak keeps it in. Paolo providing pressure. Good job by Chilicki to get in the way. Puck stays in. Chilicki pins his guy. Puck in feet. Reynolds gets it over to Paolo. Paolo to Chilicki. Chilicki's shot not quite enough there, but in front for Reynolds. Reynolds scores and then takes a cross check. That should be a penalty. But we got the goal. 6.1 seconds remaining. Reynolds ties it up off of the rebound from Chilicki. We'll get Pulauskas, Nietzsche, and Letcher for the last 6 seconds of the period. Puck moving around, shot, Dabrowski puts aside, and that'll end the first period. So after one, we're all tied up, 1-1. Hey, Whit. We're going to start the period with the same group that we ended with. Polauskas, Nietzsche, Letcher, Campbell, and Onak. Mission win the face-off and go D to D. Puck dumped in. Dabrowski leaves it for Campbell. Campbell avoids contact, gets it to the corner. Chips it forward for Nietzsche. Nietzsche chipped it ahead, but gets knocked away by Mission. Puck comes in. Nietzsche takes a hit. Puck behind. Polauskas is there. Polauskas up to Onak. Onak shot in front, goes wide. Nietzsche didn't get anything on it, but he was there. Campbell does a nice job to get in the way of that pass, and Letcher dumps it in. Polauskas, first on the forecheck, gets there. Over to Onak, to Campbell. Centering for Letcher. Letcher's shot is blocked. Puck in front, still in feet. Mission come away with it and go to the far board. Onak ties up his guy and dumps it in. Letcher and Nietzsche supplying pressure. We get a change. Miller and Rybicki come out at a D. Kruger and Brown. Letcher dumps it. Kruger goes for the puck. Mission goalie decides to play it to the near board. Brown comes over to help. Chipped ahead. Rybicki keeps it in. Shot. Save and into the corner. Puck hits Brown. Goes all the way back. Miller. Up ahead for Bergeron, over to Kruger, but it bounces off his stick and Mission go the other way. Carrying it in. Puck pushed aside by Dabrowski. Now falling. Puck comes loose. Over to Brown. Brown carrying it in, has Kruger ahead. Kruger shot. Oh, bounces, just misses. Puck over into the corner. Tied up by Brown and Bergeron, but Mission are able to get it out. Good back check by Kruger. That's a trip on Onak, but this kid's scared. Brown pins his guy. Bergeron comes in. Onak gonna dump it in. We're gonna change. Credidio comes out. Brzgintis on D. Credidio battling, loses his stick. Good job by Brzgintis to come back and take the puck. Carter and Credidio. The official helps out Credidio, hands him his stick. Mission goes the other way, gets a shot on Dabrowski. Nice save by Dabrowski. Puck goes to the corner. Carter over to Kush, bounces away from Kushkowski. Eventually makes his way back to him and Carter. Carter to Brzgintis. Brzgintis shot in front. Oh, Kushkowski gets tied up. That rebound came right to him. Puck in the corner. Kushkowski working on three guys. Mission come away with it. Big hit by Credidio to make one of those guys miss. Mission finally gets the control of it, brings it back. Really nice pass by Coomer there on Mission. Shot goes high and wide from the other Mission player. Credidio dumps it in, takes a little cross check and goes for a change. Reynolds, Chalicki, and Kushkowski are out. Reynolds brings it in. Kush goes for a change, and Paula comes out. Chalicki gets the centering pass from Reynolds and buries the goal. So Chalicki from Reynolds with 13-17 remaining in the second. 2-1 Fury. Been a pretty fast-paced game so far. A lot of loose pucks, but the boys are battling. Paula wins that back to Rybicki. Rybicki to Campbell. Campbell gets to the red line and dumps it in. Puck goes to the corner. Reynolds bounces off of his stick. Paulo gets a hold of it, but Mission get it into the neutral zone. Paulo ties up his guy, and Campbell comes away with the puck. Campbell escaping, gets pinned, and gets the puck up to Paulo. Chalicki comes back to help, and puck comes into the defensive zone. Reynolds with a steal. Passing to Paulo. Paulo shot, save, rebound, back to Paulo, and over the pad. And it's now 3-1 Fury, 12:37 remaining in the second period. Just a bang-bang play there with the rebound coming off of Rosenberg's pad. Paulo's able to get his own rebound and put it in. Letcher, Nietzsche, Palauskas come out. Prisgintis and Miller at D. Puck tied up in feet. Letcher finds it, chips it forward. Palauskas hard on the forecheck, knocks the puck away from Mission. It goes behind the net. Mission tries to get it out. Ooh, centering pass to Letcher. Shot goes wide. Good look by Nietzsche on the pass and a good scoring opportunity. Prisgintis. Puck gets taken away by Mission. Mission go over to the far board, try to chip it ahead. Letcher takes that puck away and gives it to Prisgintis. Prisgintis carrying forward, takes a hit, still up. Nietzsche keeps that puck in, comes off of the near board, and Mission back with it the other way. Prisgintis loses his stick, but still ties up his guy. Takes a slash, no call. Letcher ahead for Nietzsche. Nietzsche takes a glancing blow. Still with it, shot in front, and saved by Mission. Brown, Kruger, Bergeron have come out. Onak and Campbell at D. Prisgintis gets his stick back. Face-off won by Kruger back to Onak. Onak down low for Kruger, misses. Bergeron giving some pressure to his guy. Back behind the net, puck up the far board and chipped ahead to Onak. Onak over to Bergeron. Bergeron dumps it in. Mission goalie plays it in the corner. Brown gets a little bit of a stick on it, but Mission still come away with it. Mission in the neutral zone, chip it ahead, gets over to Dabrowski. Dabrowski puts it over to the near board. Kruger picks it up. Kruger and Bergeron bringing the puck in. Nice move by Kruger. Gets a shot off, goes over to Bergeron. Bergeron's got Brown. Brown shot wide over to Onak. Back over to Kruger. Kruger tries to put it back for Bergeron, but it doesn't quite go enough. Whiff pass by Mission. Puck makes its way to Brown. Brown coming back behind the net, looking for an option. Up to Campbell. Campbell keeps that one in. Shot goes high, and Rosenberg gloves it. .10:27 remaining in the second. 3-1 Fury. Credidio, Kushkowski, Carter come out with Rybicki and Miller. Kushkowski ties up his man, Mission come away. Puck hits off of Credidio's stick and onto the near board. Rybicki battling, able to win that battle. Chips it over to Kush. Kush to Carter. Carter to Rybicki. Rybicki takes it in front, bounces, it's loose. Kushkowski tries to get that over Miller. Another muff pass by Mission. Kush thought somebody was going to be there. Turnover, but Credidio makes him pay and hits his man. Puck comes all the way out of the zone after the missed Mission shot. Kushkowski, good stick. Oh, he broke it on that play. So Kush comes out and Reynolds comes on. Broken stick play on that, but Kuszkowski with a, as always, good stick to get it on a puck. Mission circling, shot high and wide and over to the far board. D keeps it in, hits off of Carter's stick. Mission still with control, shot saved by Dabrowski, bounces over to Rybicki. Rybicki got it knocked away. Miller working, puck got knocked away. Oh, bouncing puck off of the glass. Missed opportunity by Mission as they whiffed on the shot. Puck still in control by Mission. Mission going down lower. Puck blocked aside by Dabrowski and then cleared. Everybody going for a change. Chalicki and Paulo come out. Good stick by Reynolds. Brings it in. Takes a slash, no call. Puck comes up to Onak. Onak shot, deflected in front and covered by Rosenberg.